Welcome to Beyond Flow. My name is Tammy and this is Maria, and we are your hosts here with you today to talk about surviving challenges and how they help us grow. If you get a chance to subscribe to the channel, we would really appreciate it. We love the idea of this growing, and we're experiencing that with you all and look forward to this expansion. So please subscribe, share our channel. We have an Instagram too. Looking forward to growing together with you. So welcome back to Beyond Flow, where we explore the currents that move us, shape us, and ultimately expand us. Today we wanted to talk about something we all meet in our path, not always willingly, not always gracefully: challenges. These moments that stretch us, break us open, and demand that we rise. It's easy to see them as obstacles, interruptions, or signs that something is wrong. But in the deeper flow of life, challenges are often sacred invitations. Wow. So a sacred invitation, I mean, that's so significant because, we can live life and go with the flow of the masses and what everyone's doing and just sort of try to fit in and try to assimilate to, try to match what's around, and there's no expansion in that. Mm-hmm. And I think challenge, when something gets thrown in our path that we're either not expecting or it just doesn't go as we are expecting or hoping, it creates an opening for
a blessing,
creativity, for blessings. And it's an invitation to see what else is out there. What is it? What else are we here to understand?
Well, and also, when we go through challenges, they teach us humility.
Yeah,
when we go through a challenge, we understand that we're not that in the bigger picture, we're not that big.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we are. But
yeah.
I think that that's one of the things with challenges, that they're a blessing. I mean, if you look back at the times that we've encountered challenges, they say that rainbows don't happen without rain,
That's
right? So, even though the rain might feel like, not the best, that's how we can appreciate a rainbow. And it's the same with the challenges. The challenges are there to, hopefully, it's not about becoming better, but becoming better than you were. You don't have to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be this, after you go through a challenge, but the idea is that you were better than before you had the challenge.
Yeah.
And that's the way when I look back at everything in my life and everything that, whether it's, I was thinking about something, and I don't really like to talk much about, your process when you went through, that health situation. But, I was thinking, you don't understand it in the moment of the challenge, right? Like especially for the people outside, it's a challenging moment. But then it's almost like you have to go through it. And then I look at how many people come to you for guidance, for questions, for, they were diagnosed 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and you become, through that challenge, the blessing. So the challenge is not just for us to grow. The challenge is also to create a ripple effect of greatness into the lives of others, because through that challenge, we also learn.
Yeah.
We also, it's just that we don't like it because it's uncomfortable, it's painful, it's like it breaks us open completely. And our nature is, we want safety. We want to be, we don't want to be rocked. We just want to keep the same. But if we are going, or if you're going through any challenge, just know that that challenge is exactly what you need to go to the next level.
Yeah.
It's not to take you backwards. You know, it's to move you forward more than you could have ever imagined. So if you're going through a challenge, don't pray for the challenge to go away. You know, just pray that you can see the blessing as you go through the challenge.
And keep going.
And keep going.
Yeah, it's like keep going, keep walking, because if you keep moving, eventually the will
challenge
get behind you.
The challenge gets
if you stand still and just be mad and you know, throw a tantrum about it, you're just gonna keep that situation happening longer in your life. Just keep moving. And that's not always easy, but sometimes life brings limitations for a reason, for us to actually use our creative intellect, our creative force, our divine creative power to figure out a solution. And that's part of why it's happening, because there's a reason that new thing needs to occur, because it's going to affect other people in your life and other areas, and it does have a ripple effect.
And allow yourself to be human.
Yeah.
In the process
too.
You know, like when we go through a challenge, we think that, you know, we have to come up with all the answers and we have to come up with all the reasons. Why me? You know, what am I doing wrong? Allow yourself to be human. It's okay. Like, you know, like I always say, okay, be in this world, but not of it, like Jesus said. But also, we live in this world and challenges are part of it. We can't escape it.
Yeah.
And if we can just, you know, sometimes a challenge gets us to our knees. And that's where we
like
learn
you said,
prayer
or humility.
Or humility.
Maybe we need that moment. Maybe we're on a trajectory that's not the best, and we don't really know why, or we don't see it, but something's coming, and the more aligned we can be, the more we can prevent sometimes from getting to a place that isn't going to be good, you know? And I was thinking about when I was in art school and when I was in college, when I was thinking about this subject, you know, I remember one of the things I learned, and I really, you know, I think it's so profound, is that when you're painting and you have 50 colors, 50 pre-designed, you know, different blues, different greens, different reds, different yellows, and you make a painting with that, versus limiting yourself to 3 and having to mix together those colors, a little bit of this, more of that, a little bit of this, a texture here, a texture there, you come up with the most magnificent colors, the most magnificent depth. One is a shallow, one-dimensional piece, and one is one with so much depth and so much colors
magic
that could be never seen before, because it's just a little bit more yellow than, you know, a little bit less red, whatever it is. So I think that's like actually like you're being challenged with limitation. And I think that brings about masterpieces. And if we can like almost be excited when something doesn't exactly pan out, to say, where's this taking me? What's the next? What are my next steps? I mean, sometimes that happens with jobs or relationships or moving. You know, when you move, sometimes that, you know, can happen, and it's not what you want. It's not your choice, but you move somewhere, and all of a sudden, you experience completely new everything. And it inspires you, because we get stagnant. So sometimes stagnation needs to be shaken up a little bit.
Right.
And so challenge is that shaker.
Yeah. So, you know me, I'm always writing things. So I wrote this, and this is, you know, obviously because I don't think there's one human being that doesn't go through challenges. And especially I think the first podcast that we did, it was challenges in difficult times.
Mm-hmm,
You know, and this is more like, okay, now
or faith, something like that. Yeah,
and now it's, you know, understanding challenges as blessings.
yeah,
You know, it's almost shifting the way that you're looking at the challenge.
Yeah,
The challenge is
totally.
not there to break you, or maybe to break you open, you know, for so that you can expand. But I wrote this. So challenges reveal who we are becoming. They show us where we're still holding on, where we're meant to let go, what we are meant to let go, and where our spirit is ready to grow. When life brings resistance, it's rarely to stop us. It is to strengthen us. Pressure creates clarity and friction creates direction. Discomfort becomes a compass pointing toward the next version of ourselves.
Wow.
So that's that. It's knowing that the challenge, you know, I think there was a Kabbalist, I'm not sure if it was Rabbi Kiva, but he used to say when he was going through a lot of pain, give me more.
Yeah.
Give me more. Give me more of that, because that is, you know, what we came here to do.
Yeah.
It's not to suffer. And although it's suffering, it's, you know, part of some of, you know, yes, it's optional. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
Right.
But that's not to say that we sometimes go through suffering. And when we go through pains, it's painful. So I think it's just understanding that part as well.
Yeah.
You know, that the challenge is there so that we can, the more we go through something that it's uncomfortable, that it is,
they're like breakthroughs.
They're
It's a breakthrough.
So, you know, I can look back and, like I said, you know, when we've gone through challenges, even opening the store, or, you know, needed to move from one place to the other, like in that moment, it was very challenging. You know, we're not moving cars. It's crystals, you know, tumbles. And what does that mean? You know, we go into a place of, now we're going to lose our clients. We're going to lose, you know, what we already built in 3 years. That is the fear that comes when a challenge comes.
Right.
And it's okay. You know, like I said, allow yourself to be human, but also this is where it comes, the creativity part.
Yeah.
Just allow everything that is meant to come into your life, it's on its way. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Everything that is meant to be in your life, it's coming. This is just a little reminder of, shoot, I have to pray more. Or maybe I have to believe in myself more. Or maybe I just need to have a little more faith, you know, that everything is really working for my highest good.
Well, I mean, remember when we left the Fort Lauderdale location? That kind of came as a shock. That whole transition wasn't something that we were expecting. Circumstances there, but for, like, I would say a year or two, we had been visualizing and talking about the warehouse of light, the warehouse of light, the warehouse of light. We want the warehouse of light
to make our candles.
That would be basically the studio to create our candles, our baths, to be able to expand. So one day you're driving and you call me and you go, I just saw a for rent sign, and it's you know, it's just around the corner. Should I go? Yes, go. You go, walk into this building, you meet the manager, you get a tour, and everything was so smooth.
In alignment.
And it was, the store itself is twice as big as the other one. The studio that we're sitting in right now is here. And the Warehouse of Light, it's truly a warehouse. It's really a working space with our Ascended Master images ever. We've created exactly what we visualized. And that came through a lot of pain and a lot of fear of what's going to happen based on what was happening in the other location, you know, just landlord stuff and things like that. But, you know, we went to God on this, and we followed with a lot of faith. We got some amazing legal guidance, and all of this just it just unfolded. And I mean, if anyone who's never been to the store has a chance to come, we can always take you on a tour of the back of the Warehouse of Light, the studio that we record in, and obviously the store itself. But it has been the biggest blessing, and it came completely out of what felt like chaos.
Yeah, and sometimes the universe wants to give you a filet mignon, and you're holding on to that McDonald's so bad,
right?
Because it's what you know. And sometimes it's just through that challenge that you learn to let go of the hand that you're holding on to, and allow then both arms to be free so that you can get the bigger blessing that it's coming.
Yeah.
It's just that it's uncomfortable because we hold on to that so much, with so much, strength, that we think that if we let go of the person, if we let go of the city, if we let go of that friendship that it doesn't serve anymore, or if we let go of any limitations, or if we let go of the fear that comes, I mean, I don't know. I remember in my 20s when I got fired from a job, and not even, I think I was like 19 or 18, and I felt like my life was like, it crumbled in front of like my entire future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was the biggest blessing, because then I got a better job, and then from that is like life. I met new people, and from that experience you go. So it is true. If you're going through a challenge, number one, it's not there to break you. Number two, you will overcome it. The challenge is the blessing, and know with complete certainty that what you're asking is on its way.
Yeah, and follow your heart. Your heart will guide you. Your
Yeah.
heart is the center, the guidance system. Follow your heart when something, shakes you. Go back to your heart, and I guarantee you nothing is happening that's going to harm you. It's there for your highest. And if we see it that way, we will find the blessing every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
That was great.
Thank you.